is that thing? And Kenny, why are you way up there?
Cannonball!
Damn it, Kenny! Penn State played Maryland in the final game of the season, which meant it was rivalry week. So I'm going to go back and look at all the one-possession games these two rivals have played in the last 25 years. Penn State beat Maryland in 2015 thanks to this last-minute interception. And they used all of that momentum by beating their huge rival to finish the season 7-6 and losing in the Tax Slayer Bowl. In 2014, Maryland refused to shake Penn State's hand at the coin toss, and oh man, was the rivalry afoot. After setting the tone at the coin toss, Maryland won the 2014 thanks to this last-second field goal. And they used all that momentum in the big rivalry game to finish the season 7-6 and losing in the Foster Farms Bowl. Now let's get to this year's game to see how these two bitter rivals clashed on the gridiron in what was surely another epic chapter in the... I can't do it anymore. I can't. I mean, it's Maryland. Who cares? It's Maryland. I mean, look at this guy. You can't be mad at this guy. You're so cute. You're so cute. Yeah, but we are going to kick his ass because they're terrible at football. In this game, Penn State had a ridiculous 15 tackles for loss. And a bunch of those came because, well, Maryland just decided not to block our defensive ends. Seriously, I'm going to show you a couple of plays here that Maryland just said, we don't need to block like the best people on your team.
I've a special secret children ought to know. It's about the little mistakes you make as you begin to grow. If you make a mistake, you shouldn't start to cry. Mistakes are not so bad, and here is why. Oh, everyone makes mistakes, so yes they do. Your sister and your brother and your dad and your crew. Big people, small people, matter of fact, all people. Everyone makes mistakes, so why can't you? If everyone in the whole wide world makes mistakes, then why can't you?
Okay, I want to take another look at that last play. So what happened is Maryland handed the ball to this running back who immediately gets tackled by Gross Matos. Now, they have something else that they could set up. They pulled a guard around that can block this backer, and they have another running back coming across that they could do a handoff or a shuffle pass to. And if they were to fake him out that way, he gets a block there, he gets a block there. Imagine the crease that the running back could have on a shuffle pass. Now what a good team will do is they'll see this and then they'll come back to it later in the game and they'll actually run the shuffle pass. And that's exactly what Maryland does, except that our D linemen are just that good. Watch. This is later in the game and Maryland's running the exact same play that I just showed you. Now the first time, they handed it off to the running back coming over here, but he got tackled by the D lineman. Now what they're going to do this time is they fake the handoff, and then they're going to do a shuffle pass to this player. And the idea is that the defensive end here, Sharif Miller, is supposed to run out with this running back. This guy who looks like he could make a block of him is actually going for this middle backer. This guard is already taken on this backer, and if they can kick those two players out, that creates a nice seam right for that running back to have a big gain. However, Sharif Miller is just freaking amazing. I have no idea how he knows to ignore the running back and go for the shuffle pass, but he plays it perfectly. He lets this blocker run by him, and then he completely destroys the receiver on the shuffle pass. Watch it. It's phenomenal. Alright, it's going to show it to you in slow motion. Here's Miller. Watch. He ignores the handoff, he lets him run by him, and he tackles the guy. That is an amazing defensive play. Early in the fourth quarter, Trace McSorley came out for the final time, and he got a standing ovation by everyone in the stadium. It was a really nice moment. But did ESPN capture the moment on TV? Nah. Instead, they were showing these jagoffs. Seriously, I'm going to show you the moment Trace McSorley came out of the game. You can hear the crowd behind roaring, but instead of showing Trace and talking about what a wonderful moment it is, well, you'll see. You can hear the crowd now start to swell in the background. And you can see people there standing up and cheering because Trace is coming out of the game. And yet, all we see are these cameramen that seriously don't even know what to do. This guy, like, you know, does a little hat thing, and then he's like, "Is the camera still on me?" He's like, "Get that camera off me. Get the camera off me." But they don't. Show Trace. Show Trace. Since ESPN couldn't give Trace a proper send-off, I thought we'd do it for him. So here are Trace's top 5 plays. But I'm not just going to show you the top 5 plays overall. I mean, that'd be the last second Iowa touchdown, the wheel route to Barkley in the Big Ten championship game. No, you've seen those plays 100 times. These are the top 5 plays that you don't remember. After Penn State beat Ohio State in 2016, you might remember it being smooth sailing for the Nittany Lions until the Big Ten championship game. Well, that was not the case. In fact, against Indiana, they were losing at the beginning of the 4th quarter. But luckily, Trace had a trick up his sleeve.
4th quarter, 2nd and 5.
Oh,
the flea flicker! Oh no! Oh, the tomfoolery! The shenanigans!
did you remember the flea flicker? Trace was a great runner in his time at Penn State, and this is one of my favorite runs that he did. In the 2017 game against Michigan, it was still a one-possession game with only 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and this run helped break the game open. Watch all the jukes and jives he does.
Nittany Lions opening possession, 2nd half. McSorley keeping, juking.
Look at that juke right there.
Trace McSorley is
Beautiful. I think the best throw that Trace ever made while at Penn State was the 2nd touchdown against USC in the Rose Bowl. On this play, Trace gets flushed out of the pocket and runs over to his right. And while at a full sprint, running towards the sideline, he throws a perfect ball 40 yards downfield to the only spot where Godwin could catch it.
Coaches bring some pressure. McSorley rolls away from it and heaves a long ball to the end zone for Godwin.
Right in stride, perfect throw, phenomenal. Of course you remember the last second touchdown pass that beat Iowa in 2017. But what I'm about to show you is another really big play that happened on that drive. McSorley drops back in the pocket and he can't find anyone open. And with only 1 timeout and 30 seconds left, he cannot afford to take a sack. So he starts running towards the sideline, and instead of panicking and just throwing the ball away to try and save as much time as possible, he holds on to it just long enough for Johnson to shake free, and he drops a perfect pass over the cornerback's head, but before the safety gets there, to give Penn State another 20 yards to set up the game-winning touchdown.
Inside of 30 seconds. McSorley looking to escape again. Flips it down.
Just got it right over his head. He dropped it in perfectly. And number 1, this is by far the biggest play he made that you don't remember. In 2016, Penn State went into the Minnesota game 2-2 and they already had a Big Ten loss. And down by 3 points with only 20 seconds to go, if they were to lose this one, any dream of a Big Ten championship would go right out the window. They weren't even close to field goal range yet. They were only at midfield and it was 3rd and 3. But Trace McSorley was like, nah, I got this.
Minnesota goes up by 3 with under a minute to go. 3rd.
No one open? No problem.
McSorley makes a great decision. Picks up a huge 1st down. Gets out.
That run set up a game-tying field goal, which then set up this in overtime.
And it's a chance that takes exactly 1 play to lead to victory. Saquon Barkley, game over. 20.
Penn State would, of course, go on to win the Big Ten championship that season, and that's why that play is where the legend of Trace McSorley was born. Well, that's our show for this week. I'm Kevin. Oh, hey, Kenny, look. I think that turtle's still crawling around over there. You gonna get it? You hurt yourself earlier when you jumped on top of it, didn't you?
I think I sprained a hoof.
Damn it, Kenny.